to BBC School News Report. I'm Gail.
I'm Laura. And I'm Molly.
And we are reporting from LARKHALL Academy in South Lanarkshire. Today's top stories include young people's body images pressure,
first gay marriage in the UK to take place, and young people's views 6 months before the independence referendum.
First up, bad weather has once again disrupted M370's search. Today there have been 8 planes searching for missing flight MH370, which was last seen on its journey to Beijing Capsule International Airport. All 8 planes are now returning to base, tracking everywhere this missing plane may be. Ships will stay in the search area and continue to search. Thailand says its satellite images show 300 floating objects in the southern Indian Ocean, 2,700 kilometres from Perth. The plane is presumed to have crashed into the southern Indian Ocean with no survivors. There are many unanswered questions that still remain, such as why was no action taken when the plane's transponder signal went off? Did the plane glide into the sea or plunge after running out of fuel? All family passengers on flight MH370 have been transported to Australia until further notice.
Independence. A recent poll for the referendum in Scotland carried out by YouGov says that the no vote is 15 points ahead. Last year we interviewed some young people who will be eligible to vote in the referendum. We went back to speak to them to see if their views have changed.
This time last year, what was your opinion on independence and has it changed?
Last year my opinion was for against independence, and this year my opinion is still against independence, just because I feel as if there's no problems today, so why should anything change?
Okay, what about you?
I believe for independence last year, and my opinion has not changed. I believe for independence just by the fact that I don't believe the English government treats Scotland as an equal.
I've always been pro-independence because I feel it's only common sense that the fate of Scotland be governed by the people of Scotland.
What about you?
Last year I was for independence and I'm still for it this year because thanks to the Scottish Government we've been given equal opportunities such as free universities.
Last year I was against independence. I'm still against it because I feel there's nothing wrong with how we are right now.
Gay marriage. In less than 48 hours, history will be made in the UK. Peter McGrath and David Cavadera will become the first gay couple to get married in the UK. The couple have been together for 17 years. They spoke of having kids and went on to adopt children and parent them. However, they have only just been granted the right to be married and will do so shortly after midnight, when same-sex marriage is made legal in England and Wales. The first same-sex marriage in Scotland will take place in the autumn.
Young driver restriction. SNP wants to see restrictions on young drivers that would limit the amounts of accidents on people under the age of 25. Transport Minister Keith Brown said that 17 to 25-year-olds make up 10% of the driving population but are responsible for 23% of accidents. Research shows 19 lives could be saved per year in Scotland. Keith Brown said young drivers are more at risk at night and with other passengers in the car, with 20% of accidents happening between 9 p.m. and 6 a.m. We interviewed older pupils in our school who may or soon will be sitting their test. They all thought it was a good idea.
Anorexia. Lately, the Health and Social Care Information Centre has admitted there has been an 8% rise in hospital admissions for eating disorders. It's risen from 2,370 to 2,560. What is to blame for this sudden rise in eating disorders? Pro-anorexia websites. With these websites just a click away and the internet available to anyone, we find our younger generations able to get onto these sites. Pro-anorexia websites are websites where people talk about how much they weigh, how much weight they want to lose, and finally how much weight they have lost. Many parents do not know the danger of these websites. Other influence such as magazines, models, and childhood trauma have also been blamed. Earlier we interviewed some people to find out their views. What do you think we could do to stop body pressure?
Definitely if media stopped putting pressure by like photoshopping people, putting lip glosses and makeup in magazines and talking about how perfect people are, their weight and how they should be.
And like they should they just have like not arrange, because there's obviously not arranged people, but they need to make that everyone should have their own style and their own uniqueness, and that it's okay to be different, because no one should be the same, and that's why there's like the differences in the world. And
in reality, people are not like that at all. They're not this perfect image. No one is perfect, and that's the way it should be.
Perfect is definitely a word that I hear quite a lot, and I think in the media they definitely promote this idea of like the perfect person, but it's completely unattainable.
The star quality of the game's dress. Glasgow 2014 unveiled the dress that will be worn by female medal bearers at the Commonwealth Games. The tartan frilly dress was designed by Keira Knightley's sister-in-law Kerry Nixon, who is a Glasgow-born designer. The dress will take pride of place as medal bearers carry out the medals awarded to the athletes. Kerry's dress has been modelled by Virgil McGraw, Scottish Model of the Year 2007. Kerry had said, "It's a huge honour for me to design and now showcase the medal bearer's dress." We surveyed and 60% of people said they liked the dress, 20% said they were unsure, and the other 20% said they didn't like it.
Mark Millar. Last month we met up with comic book writer Mark Millar, author of Kick-Ass, Marvel's Civil War and Wolverine, Old Man Logan. We were lucky enough to get an interview with him. He spoke to us of his past and told us of his future plans. If you would like to see this interview, the video can be found on the LARKHALL Academy website.
Why did you set the Kick-Ass comics around school children?
I think, well, people always say to write what you know, and like through my life I've only known a small number of things. I know what it's like to be a toddler, I know what it's like to be a schoolboy, I know what it's like to be in my 20s, and when I wrote Kick-Ass in some of my 30s as well. So my life experiences were so small that school was one of the biggest things, so I was in school like you guys for 12 years, so I had loads of stuff I could draw on, and I knew that's probably when I was at my most fanatical. Like I was really into superheroes and things when I was the same age as Kick-Ass, like 16 years old. So it seemed a really easy one to kind of set it around, and I based different characters in the movie and in the comic on my friends at school, and they were at the premiere, and they were like when they were watching the movie, you could see them one by one realising who they were in the film.
And finally, energy drinks. The consumption of energy drinks in school has been an ongoing debate for quite a while now. We're interested to find out more, so we did a research survey and find out more from the links below and tell us your thoughts.
That's all, then thanks for watching.